Hi everyone. This video is to do with the pay gap, but I was prompted to make this once I heard that Emma Watson is taking a year off to focus on activism and feminism, and equality and stuff to do with the pay gap. Now, I want to start this just by saying I'm sure there are lots of men who would love to be able to take a year off, to focus on their own agenda. That'd be great. But unfortunately, lots of men and women just aren't making enough money to be able to take a year off. So I'm guessing the pay gap is not that big a deal for Emma Watson, to begin with. And I do want to say that I think Emma Watson is one of the best actresses ever. But yeah. Now, I think feminists are right, actually, about the pay gap. I think there are pay gaps everywhere. If woman A has been doing a particular job for 5 years and woman B has been doing the exact same job for 2 years, then woman A should be paid more. I mean, these are all just my opinions on how I think it should work. A female neurosurgeon should be paid more than a male pediatrician and vice versa, because it's a higher speciality. Now, if a woman does a job for 10 years and a man does the exact same job for 6 years, then the woman should be paid more. But I think there is inequality with pay everywhere. I mean, if you take Hollywood, for example, and it works slightly differently, but Benedict Cumberbatch got, I think, about 70% less money for The Imitation Game than Julia Roberts did for Larry Crowne. However, that is because Julia Roberts has been doing her job for over 20 years. Now, Jennifer Lawrence apparently is getting about 20 million per film, which I have no problem with. She's earned it. I think she's absolutely amazing. But that is more per film than Tom Hardy, who's been doing it for slightly longer. But that's fine. No problem. As I said, she deserves it. But now, if Tom Hardy was getting more per film than Jennifer Lawrence, however, some people would then shout, gender gap. Now, an interviewer, I saw a YouTube thing of an interviewer asking two women. She's speaking to two women, and she gave an example of the unfair gender gap in Hollywood. Now, she used the film American Hustle as an example. She said Christian Bale and Bradley Cooper got 9% on the back end, but Jennifer Lawrence and Amy Adams got only 7%. And she said that is sexist. Well, let's dissect this. Jennifer Lawrence, for a start, was the supporting actress in the film. Okay. Amy Adams began lead roles in films in about 2007. Christian Bale started in 1982 and began lead roles in films in the year 2000. And Bradley Cooper was the producer of the film. However, if it's true that Jeremy Renner got more for American Hustle than Amy Adams and Jennifer Lawrence, then that is wrong and it is unequal. But, for example, Ronda Rousey gets paid less than Floyd Mayweather. However, Floyd is on his, I think, 50th fight, and Ronda Rousey is on her 13th. I mean, I think, as I said, there'll probably always be a pay gap. But if there is, it should be based on tenure and experience. Now, if I come into a job and a woman there has been doing the exact same job, but she's been there for 2 months, I would insist and expect that she be paid more because she's been there longer. I mean, I'm not sure how often you will have two people doing the exact same job for the exact same amount of time, with the same amount of hours worked, with the same skill and education level. But when that happens, as far as I'm concerned, yes, they should then both be paid the same. Why? Because of equality. I mean, if you go back to Hollywood, if, say, for example, if Meryl Streep and Tom Cruise share equal billing in a film, then I think Streep should be paid the same, if not more, because she's been at it longer. And she has about 3 Oscars as well. Okay, I want to end by something which is by way of being a joke. Right. If there are businesses out there that really pay women less just because they're women, then why don't those businesses save money by firing all the men and only hiring women instead? Sorry, that was a bit of a joke. Kind of true though. Yeah. So basically, my position is, and I'll probably do another video on equality. I believe that men and women are and always should be equal. We're not the same, but we are equal. And I think pay should be based on how long you've been in the job and what your experience and education is and how many hours you work. That's what it should be based on. I don't think women should be paid less just because they're women. I think men and women should be paid based on how much they work. That's how I think should work. But, so, okay, thanks for listening. Ciao for now.